I was still in the conference room when the email landed. Subject line, retention adjustments. My name sat under a number that looked like a typo, $4,500. Across the table, Evan didn't bother hiding his smile. He was scrolling, refreshing, waiting for applause. When he looked up, he said, 32 grand, guess loyalty pays. I laughed once, soft, controlled. HR told me to appreciate the gesture. That word, gesture, like they'd handed me flowers at a funeral. I nodded. I always nodded. That was my mistake. Until it wasn't. We used to share lunches, same start date, same projects, same late nights debugging code no one else understood. I trained him when he arrived, nervous and overeager, shaking my hand too hard. He called me his anchor, said he'd be lost without me. I believed him. I believed the company too, when they said we were a team, when they said we were valued, when they said raises were coming, just not yet. Trust is built in small, stupid moments. I gave them all away. The shift didn't announce itself. It crept in. Meetings I wasn't invited to. Decisions made without me. My ideas echoed back in Evan's voice, polished and rebranded. Credit drifting away like smoke. Then there was the calendar glitch. A meeting scheduled in my name, then deleted. I restored it, sat in, listened. They talked about me like I was already gone. Reliable, but not leadership. Too quiet. Evan has vision. I kept my face still. I memorized everything. I didn't confront anyone. That's what they expected. Tears, anger, a messy exit they could justify later. Instead, I went silent. I watched. I documented. I mapped dependencies, access logs, approval chains. Not to break anything, just to understand how fragile it already was. I updated my resume. I archived emails. I backed up my work, my actual work, the kind no one else knew how to maintain. Justice isn't loud, it's patient. At 3:07 a.m., my phone buzzed. Not from the company, from a former colleague who now worked incident response. You seeing this? I opened my laptop. Status lights bleeding red. Systems locked. Operations frozen. Panic spreading faster than malware ever could. Hackers, they said. External threat. Sophisticated. Costly. I said nothing. I watched the clock. By morning, executives filled the war room. Coffee everywhere. Voices cracking. Evan was pale, flipping through reports he didn't understand. He kept saying my name. Where is she? Has anyone called her? They found me eventually. Calm, on time, prepared. I listened while they begged. I didn't mention the warnings I'd sent months ago, the budget requests denied, the access controls Evan insisted were overkill. I just asked one question. Who approved the changes? Every head turned to him. The investigation took weeks. Auditors don't care about charm. They care about logs, about signatures, about who clicked what and when. Evan hadn't caused the attack. He'd made it inevitable. Shortcuts, ignored protocols, credentials reused to save time. My recommendations dismissed because they didn't come with confidence and a loud voice. They clawed back his bonus first, then his title, then his job. The confrontation happened in the parking garage. He looked smaller without the badge. You set me up, he said. I shook my head. No, I said. I stepped aside. Truth has weight. It crushed him. I got an offer that afternoon. Different company, higher role, more money than his bonus ever was. They'd heard about the incident, about how I'd kept my composure, how I'd documented everything. They called it leadership. I called it survival. I didn't celebrate. I cleaned my desk, took the plant I'd kept alive for 3 years, left the stress ball Evan once gave me in a drawer. At the exit, HR thanked me for my professionalism. I smiled. I appreciated the gesture. Sometimes I think about that night, about how close anger came to ruining everything, about how easy it would have been to scream, to expose, to burn bridges before I'd built the next one. But silence did the work for me. Preparation finished it. Revenge doesn't always look like fire. Sometimes it looks like watching the system collapse under the weight of the lies holding it together, while you walk out untouched.